glorious feeling to be in the finale. At the beginning, there was
us, like, work with us under our budget, the kind of budget we have.
Siwezi compromise brand yangu.
But then as time went by, I was like, yes.
Given another chance to really show who I really am, I decided I have to give my all out there.
He will purchase and will purchase. Done deal. As a team, we've made around 13 sales as per now, but there are more coming.
I've had moments of people considering that there's nowhere I can go and being informed that no one goes anywhere.
Reigning Miss Kakamega, am I right?
I see a visionary lady. I see a lioness who does not...
All right, so that is my guest anchor, Valentine Nekesa. Thank you so much for being here. She is the winner of Be Your Own Boss TV show. She won about 5 million shillings. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you so much.
19 years, that's not a mean feat. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I can now accomplish a lot of things that I've always dreamt of, things that have always been a dream in my life. They're now actualizing, they're now becoming a reality. Even being here,
Did you ever think that, first of all, I'm seeing that stage, you know, during the TV show, such a humongous stage, it would scare anybody. Did you ever think you'd get to that point, really? Look at you there when you won. Even before you answered that, what was going through your mind when you won that, when you're given that check, that dummy check?
Before they announced us we were two, what was running through my mind was, God, please come through for me today.
Come through today.
Come through.
Yeah.
And he came through. So after that, I was, thank you so much, God. Thank you.
So did you ever think that you'd get to this point, even being on the TV show, first of all, because you were too many contestants and only a few of you, was it 26 people who were selected?
12.
To 12, actually,
12.
to go through.
Yeah. No, to be honest, no. I never thought I'll even get in the show. Because even after the auditions, then it took a while before they communicated. So, to be honest, no.
No.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, you grew up in Kakamega, is that right?
Yes.
You're the current Miss Kakamega right now.
Yes.
You have so much going on for you. So how was life back in Kakamega when you were growing up?
I can say life in Kakamega was home. Because Kakamega provides you that humble, about that
upbringing.
Yes, upbringing, exactly, that is it. So I think it is what has made me who I am, and it has shown me there's much more to life out there. You need to go for it there. Yeah.
So you lost your mom when you were in class 6, is that correct?
Yes.
Maybe you can just talk to us about how was life after that happened. I mean, for anybody to lose a parent, it's such a hard thing to deal with.
Yeah.
So first of all, you're in class 6, you're so young, and here's a situation where you've lost your mom. What is going through your mind, and did you think that, okay, so, wow, I've lost my mom, probably this is it for me?
Well, yes, because yes, being young, class 6, you know, you still have to go on with school, and my mom was the one paying my school fees, so catering for me and taking care of my every need. That's the only person I knew of. So when she passed on, to me it was, this is the end. There's nothing more, there's nowhere else I'm going to go, until my aunt took me in. And then to me, it dawned to me that everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why God had to take her at that time.
Wow, so at what point did you then come to Nairobi? When you're how old?
I came to Nairobi for BYOB.
Okay. This is the first time you came to Nairobi?
I've been coming to visit once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can say this is the time that I've actually stayed in Nairobi for the show.
And here you are, a little girl from Kakamega. Now you're 19 years.
Yes.
And here you are making headlines about, you know, your fashion design. How does that feel?
It feels great.
Okay.
It feels great. Considering now I feel people can now see, being a 19-year-old, you don't only think about partying. That's what people actually think of us. They actually see we have a vision. There's something more we want in life. Yeah, so it feels great being a symbol of that greatness in life.
So what made you, you know, go for this TV show? Why did you go audition, and how was that audition? Because auditions all the time, they're not nice. Not a nice experience.
True.
So much tension and nerves.
Well, I went to audition because I do subscribe to the Blaze bundles.
Okay.
So dialing that *555#, then I came across create your plan. So I've always been that person. I feel like someone should be able to guide me through. So
Right.
saying create your plan, I'm like, yeah, Safaricom is doing good for us. So checking it, going online, there's that form for Be Your Own Boss TV show.
So you did this just out of the blue, like no one told you about it, you just
No.
sat back and thought,
No.
let me try this
Then,
out.
no, I just went for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so then you apply,
Then I
what
applied the
happens?
form, then it wasn't submitting online. So I actually went to the summits to ask them what's up with the systems.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do IT, and even suggest to them, can we assist you somewhere?
Oh, really? So now you're even, you're now telling them, advising them on matters IT.
Yeah.
All right, then you come to Nairobi, and then how was the whole TV show for you? How were the challenges that you guys used to have? The judges, how was that experience for you?
Well, the experience was overwhelming, considering we had to do tasks that people do for months, just coming up with the idea, not even actualizing it. We had to do them in 48 hours, come up with the idea, and even activate that idea. It was overwhelming. But at the end of the day, when you sit back after 48 hours and we're like, we did that, you feel accomplished.
What was your most memorable time during the TV show?
My most memorable time were actually two. When we would accomplish our tasks, I will feel
Is there a specific task that you remember, like this was so hard?
Yes.
And then we did it finally, and you're like, woosa.
Yes. The KQ challenge.
Okay.
The KQ
what
challenge.
was it about for people who do not
We were
watch?
actually, the KQ challenge, we were supposed to come up with a youth product for KQ to introduce it to them, give them the full package. I actually call it the turnkey
Okay.
when it's fully developed,
All right.
everything. So we actually to give them the turnkey for the youth package. And then when we sat down and the ideas we came up with, I was baffled. I was like, we did this. And then standing before that forum, those people, they're people I never saw myself at this time standing before them. So standing before
Big
them
shots.
was big shots.
Big shots. That's the word you're looking for.
Big shots.
All right. So who was your favorite judge? And who was the judge that you just did not like?
My favorite judge was Caroline Mtuko. I don't know. I find her, there's a drive I used to get from her. I will look up to her and say, I want to be like her someday. I want to be where she is. I want to achieve the kind of things she's achieved.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's tough, though.
She is, exactly. That's why I even looked up to her. Because, yeah, I felt that is how we all should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's now talk about your fashion designs. So everybody, you know, we have very many fashionistas or fashion designers right now who are
Yes.
coming up and they're doing great things.
True.
But why did you decide that this is the path I want to take? Apart from the IT, you're also an IT student.
Yes. Well, fashion is something I've always had a craving for.
Craving, I like that word.
It's something I've always been in love with,
Okay.
like way back then. So having to think of coming to a point where I want to have my own cloth line, have my own label, have my own fashion house, it's a dream that I've always had all along.
So what's different about the designs that you make from somebody else's designs here in Kenya?
Well, V Designs is here to cater for the plus-size woman.
Oh, okay.
We actually call them the triple C, the curvy, confident woman.
Oh, I love that. I think I'm part of that group.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's totally different.
All right.
You'll find
so
most...
why that category? Why
Because
the plus size category?
That's a niche that has actually been neglected in the fashion industry.
Okay.
You'll find most exhibitions, it's the slender lady. We find most designers when they come up with something, it's for the slender
The
lady.
petite ladies.
The petite lady.
Right.
Who's catering for the curvy, confident woman.
I like that. You call it triple C, curvy,
Triple
confident,
C.
and what?
Curvy, confident chick.
Oh, curvy, confident chick. All right, there are many of us around. All right, so what is it that you're going to do differently about this curvy, confident chick? How are you going to dress her? And also, are you going to do things for the men too, or you're just all about women?
Well, what I'm going to do for the curvy, confident chick, actually it's customization and tailoring of their outfits. That's basically the key things that we're going to focus on.
Right.
Just ensuring, because there's a way we want to understand that type of body, and I feel every woman has a unique body type.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So if you get to understand this is how this body is unique, this is how this other body is unique, I feel satisfying that unique part of the body and someone feeling satisfied with how they're dressed.
How they
That
look.
is how they look.
So what about men? Because they also need to feel a bit special like the women.
Well, for men, it's not a niche.
I can
say I've
already
been...
tell like that's not your cup of tea.
It is not my cup of tea.
Right.
Though, that doesn't mean they'll be neglected.
Okay.
We call them the walk-ins customers. We'll be catering for every other person as the walk-in.
Valentine, you don't sound like a 19-year-old. What happened along the way that, you know, kind of like changed your trajectory in life? Because most 19-year-olds, like you said, the priorities really are not, you know, what you are talking about right now.
True. I can say it's my aunt. I think it's my aunt.
What did she do? She was strict?
No, not that she's strict.
Okay.
But my aunt is that woman. She's that lady who she will instill it in you whether you like it or not. You just find it automatically, it's in you. Like you'll just have to have a dream. You just have to have things you need to accomplish. She's that type of woman.
All right.
Yeah.
So earlier on, we were talking about how you're going to be using this money, this 5 million shillings. So please break it down for us. I've already seen people on Twitter, they're like, please give me her number. Guys, stop. So how are you going to use this money?
Well, as I said earlier, definitely not all of it will go into V Designs. Just a bit of it that I need to kickstart.
So what will you do for Viz Designs, with the money you inject there, what is it going to be doing for you?
We're getting more machines, acquiring more fabrics.
That's sewing machines.
Sewing machines.
Okay. Is it sewing or sewing?
Sewing.
Okay. I think we'll have to ask Willis about that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, sewing or sewing.
Yeah. So getting more sewing machines,
Okay.
Getting more fabrics, and the major bit where I want to really invest is in marketing. I feel that's key in every business. Once your business has
Especially
really
a business
been
that's
marketed,
starting.
yeah.
All right. Shortly we'll be going to read the news, but what is it that you can tell young Kenyans, especially young women and men who are watching you right now? And basically they're saying that at least her, she was able to participate in a TV show. It was a bit easier for her. We're struggling out here. Before the TV show, were you still doing something for yourself?
Yes, before the TV show, I was still doing something for myself.
Right.
So what I will tell someone out there is go for it. Just go for it.
What if I don't have money, Valentine? What if I don't have that capital? What am I supposed to do?
Don't hold back.
Okay.
There are many places and there are many ways you can still make it there. I bet there are people out here you'll find, you know, you are aware of a certain designer somewhere, you're conversant with someone. Like for me, yes, there's a designer I was conversant with who always kept the drive for me.
Like your mentor?
Like my mentor.
Okay.
Who always kept the drive for me. I will still talk, you know, get your sketches, keep sketching. If you're that sketching art designer, keep sketching. Don't hold back. There'll be a time for you. There'll be a breakthrough for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, interesting. So let's go and have you read the news, and then we'll talk about some other things that I've seen on my Twitter handle also.
Okay.
So and you know you can't be too good, because I don't want to lose my job because you speak so well and you're confident, you have everything that you need to do this job. All right, and you're okay. Have a seat there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look the part. So let's see if you can actually nail this. But as I mentioned, you can't shine too much.
Noted.
I'm kidding. Do your worst, you know. All right, so there you go. So this is just a backup of the script, but I don't want you to look here. I want you to look there.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see clearly.
Yes.
All right.